Hello, and welcome to Tiffany's Teach Tuesday. I'm waiting on my Facebook Live to go live, and then we can start this discussion. Hello, welcome to Tiffany Teach Tuesday. Sorry for being tardy to the party. I got a new computer because the week before Thanksgiving, I waste water my old computer, and I'm I had to download a new browser. It's just a lot of stuff, and I didn't know that when I tried to go on. But thank you all for joining me as usual. Today's discussion is going to be great. I'm very excited because on next week Tuesday we will have our relaunch of art property management doing Tiffany Teach Tuesday. I'm gonna have a great panel discussion with three phenomenal people in the industry that can give us some information. So I hope you make sure you tune in next week, Tuesday at 1. I got giveaways and everything. But today's Tiffany Teach Tuesday is about appraisals. The craziest things have been happening with appraisals during the since our old administration that's coming out has been in administration. And I don't, it's the systematic racism, period. That's the only way to put it. So I'm gonna give you a few examples of what has been occurring when people are trying to sell their real estate and getting appraisal values for this real estate in the community, be it for sale or for refinancing. But it's really, really bad on the refinancing side. The refinancing, the appraisals, they are horrible. And we have to now start doing something about it to address this issue in regards to these appraisals and appraisal values that they're given in our community on our property. And it's not fair. So I'm going to give the first example. I had a client that had a 3-unit building. The 3-unit building had a level garden, first floor, second floor. It wasn't a garden, below grade garden. So what a below grade garden is like a 2-unit building, and then it has a basement and someone converts it into a apartment. Well, this building doesn't have a basement. When you walk in, you walk right up into the unit. Like if you were going into a hotel and the ground level, you walk right into the unit. This is how this apartment building is. The appraiser put down that the client property only had 2 units and appraised it for a 2-unit building, which made his appraisal value 60 to $75,000 less than. Now you go to city records, it shows that it's a 3-unit, a legal 3-unit, and it's not below grade. So it's a unit. There's no basement. It has like a utility room in the back. The appraisers show you how wrong they were. When the client called to address the issue, the appraisal, he never told the appraiser who he was, what property it was. She knew exactly what property he was calling about. And her justification behind it was, well, I gave you $33,000 for each bedroom you had in the other 2 units, but you took away $60,000 to $75,000 of income, which first problem, when he tried to resell it, he's going to get $60,000, $70,000 less because you're saying it's only a 2-unit when it's a 3-unit. 2, his debt to income ratio is less. Him having $60,000, $70,000 more net worth income versus him having $6,000 or $70,000 less. That's wrong. So how do we address this issue? There's ways that you can go about addressing these issues. You can, the only way you can go about addressing the issue is contacting the lender who you hired to give you the refinancing, or they are give you the loan to buy the property. When you contact your lender, these are the steps you need to do. You're contacting them and letting them know that you're contesting the appraisal. And I'm going to tell you what you should do so that you don't even become in this situation to help mitigate the problem, which you probably still get the situation to occur. And they're doing it a lot in the African American communities. You shouldn't have to take your pictures down. You shouldn't have to have people that are other race to come and represent you doing your appraisal. They should give us our values when our values are there, period. So you contact the lender, and when you contact the lender, you tell them, I don't agree with this appraisal value. I want to contest it. I want to, and how you contest it is you get 3 comps that are similar to your property. Now, that is very, very important how you pull these comps. It needs to be within 20% of these specifications in size, of the above grade size, in the lot size, within 10 years of building. So you won't go get a 1900 property and as a value to be next to another property that was just built in 2000. That's it's a considered a newer property, so it'll make the appraisal not as valid. So you have to get something that's similar in the size and the make if possible, but the same number of bedrooms. So if you have 3 bedrooms, find another 3-bedroom house, and within a certain mile radius. In the urban environment, they prefer it be a half a mile radius, but you can go as far out as 1 mile radius. In the suburbs, they want a 1 mile radius, but you can go as far out as 2 miles. You have to also find things that are in the same condition. So that's another thing that they're doing. They're taking properties that are in less condition than the property that they're appraising and using those properties to justify the value. So they'll go find a house that's on the market that's sold that had not been updated since the day that it was built, and compare it to your property that may have just put granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, 42-inch cabinets. That makes a difference in your appraisal value. And do that. So then you find comparables and you put them in if that's for value and submit it. If it's for let's say condition, like for instance, I have one that came back and said that they need to get an asbestos test done. Okay, the property was rehabbed, completely gut rehab in 2016. So now you need to ask them for the appraiser to validate where he sees signs of asbestos in the property so that you can contest that. Because if you had a total new gut rehab, why am I getting an asbestos test done to get it validated? They're also, so that is something that you can also contest. You can contest a lot of things on the appraisal. You just have to know how to do it. And those are the ways that you go about. So they'll give you this contest form that you complete, and you tell what you're contesting, why you're contesting, give the comps and the comparables to match it, and then that's how you contest the property. Now, how do you avoid getting to have to contest the property? Well, first, as the seller or the seller broker, because somebody has to let the appraiser into the property to appraise it. Come with comps. Say, hey, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but I was, doing a little research on my own before this, and I found these other properties in the neighborhood that sold that were in, similar to what the work that I had done in mine. So, I just thought I might pass them on to you so you can just take a look. So that lets him know that you're knowledgeable of what your property value should be, so that it won't be any misunderstanding. If you come back with a value less than what it should be based on the other comps and the properties that sold in the area, I might be the one to contest it. 2, make sure your property is in showing condition. What that means, you want it to look, the way you want it to appraise for. So if you want your property to appraise for $500,000, you're not going to come in there and have clothes laying everywhere and all your personal items laying on the floor, the dishes not done. You have to make it look good. You're going to paint the chip paint. You're going to put that light fixture that you said you wanted to put up 5 years ago, that added value. Put those things in to give it the value that you're looking for when you present those comparables. Now, that's what you can do in advance that is reasonable. Now, if you really want to avoid the systematic racism, you need to take down your African artifacts. You need to take down the pictures showing your Afrocentric family. But that's not right. That's not fair. You shouldn't have to do that. They should give us the appraisal values that we're requesting. So, but I need individuals, when you're getting these appraisal values that are not to your liking, to say something about them. Do not allow them to give you what they want. So also the appraiser told them that, the appraiser for about the 3 unit, she also told them that she what is she? I want something I was about to say. I'm sorry, I just drew a blank. She said something that was just really bizarre, and it's just very, very frustrating to me that we're in 2020 and our community is still being devalued. Everybody want to come in our community that doesn't look like us and make money off of us, but they don't want to give us the value for our properties in our communities. There's areas where in our communities that is beautiful street line communities, the same as other areas where it's predominantly other races, and their values are double the values of African American communities. And that's not right. That's wrong. We have the values, and we should get those values for our property. So I hope that this answered some of your questions. If I have time next week on the live doing the panel discussion, I'll ask my lender specialist that's coming in to talk about the contesting the appraisal portion from his standpoint of what you can do. So make sure you come and party with us next week, Tuesday at 1 o'clock during our Tiffany Teach Tuesday. But this time you have to come in on Facebook. I will be live on Instagram, but I won't be able to do the panel discussion on Instagram. The software that I have is only for Facebook for me to do the panel discussion. So for those, my Instagram followers, you can tune in to Art Property Management on Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook account, you don't need one. They allow you to see the lives on Facebook without an active account. And you can see us. We'll be live at 1 o'clock. I have great giveaways. And please share. I'm really, really excited about this year coming to a close. And I want everybody to join in with me to celebrate. Have a wonderful Tuesday. And I'll see you guys on next week, Tuesday, for Tiffany Teach Tuesday.